and welcome to the coverage of the Great Western Tour, made possible by Midland Disc Sports, the London Disc Golf Community, and the Yeti Disc Golf Club. I'm your host, Duncan, and with me is my co-commentator, Chris. Say hi, Chris. We're going to be bringing to you 2 rounds of disc golf from the day, a feature card, and the MPO lead card in the second round. But first, let's get to know some of the players that we're going to be seeing today.
My name is Ben Seaman. I'm from Colchester, Vermont. I've been living in the UK for 2 years now, and yeah, I'm excited. Ashton Court has to be one of my favorite courses that I've ever played. I think it holds a special place in my heart just because of the community that's here and all the work that goes in, behind the scenes. So Ashton Court's a pretty long course. I think there's 4 or 5 par 4s, and some of the par 3s are pretty long as well. So I'm hoping to post at least 3 under per round, with the ability to go maybe 6 or 7 kind of at my peak. There'll be a lot of people that can post those numbers, so it'll be a really nice tournament in terms of competition. It'll be tight at the top, and there's a lot of people out here today, so anybody could shoot hot. So I have 3 more weeks as of 2 days ago in the UK, so this is kind of one of the sending offs that I have. The timing just lined up well for Ashton Court tournament here, so I hope to shoot good out here today, just have fun with people on my card, have fun with the rest of the club that's here today. So this is my first disc golf tournament that I've ever played in, that's sanctioned by PDGA, so there's going to be some nerves on the first tee for sure, and there's going to be some nerves coming down the stretch. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I have the shots out here, but there's also really good players out here, so it'll be really fun. I think here in Bristol we have a lot of talent. The league that we run in the summer and the spring, we bring a lot of good players out here. They shoot hot rounds, and I think one of the players that we have on the course today, Ben, he really has a lot of potential. We saw it on a post by Scott Stokely the other day. He took Scott to a playoff, and it's really just impressive that we have that talent here in the UK, but also in Bristol. Gotta say hi to my mom and dad. Hopefully they're watching this wherever they are. Hi to my girlfriend Morgan, and to my disc bros back at home. I really have enjoyed my time here in the UK. I've really enjoyed every single round that I've played here at Ashton Court. These people have accepted me as one of their own, and that's something that's really special about this group. So I'm just happy to be here with all of them, and I can't wait to get the day started.
Great little piece by Ben Seaman there. We're going to really miss him at the Yeti Disc Golf Club. He was the epitome of what it meant to be, what part of the team, and wish him all the best back in the States.
Absolutely.
On to hole 2. Hole 2, because everyone would start at the same time for our card today. It just so happened that our feature card started on hole 2. It's a really hard dog leg, left to right, through the trees. Let's see what Ben Marks can do.
Yeah, you got to really work that forehand hyzer and hope for a nice big skip towards the basket. Ben's just got a bit unlucky there.
Rob DeForge, he's playing for the over 40s in this round, but don't let that fool you. This guy's a great lefty and a ferocious putter, and he can do a lot of damage on this course as well.
Yeah, I've seen Rob post some phenomenal rounds on this course over the spring and the summer leagues.
Winter leagues as well. I think he can post at all times. Steve Nolan from Team Ace with his first shot of the day. It's a good forehand, pretty serviceable, just a bit unlucky with the trees on the way through there.
Cruel roll away there as well. Ben will probably go for that same forehand through the gap.
Yeah, that's the one. It's getting the skip to get you towards the basket that is the key point here. Let's see what Rob has for his second shot. Quite tricky actually, with all the trees still to get past.
There's no easy line from back there. He's missed all of those trees. That's beautiful. He's throwing that zone around the corner.
This hole can be bogey. really quickly. Really, really quickly. If you get kicked right, kicked left, these players are actually doing quite well getting through the course so far.
Oh, I'm always happy to walk away with a par on tin can.
I think I'm happy to walk away with a bogey.
Happy to walk away with my discs.
Yeah. Ben March with a look for birdie on hole number 1. This would be a great way to start the round.
It's a good bid, just a little delicate.
A little bit nervous, maybe.
I'm not sure Ben gets nervous.
I don't think Ben actually feels any emotion. But Ben Seaman, here we go for birdie.
That's beautiful.
Great shot.
Bouncy, but good.
I think that was a nervy putt that got over the rim for Ben. But the count all the same. Ben gets himself to 1 under 3-1.
Yeah, well finished by Ben.
I don't think he misses much from that distance.
I don't think I've ever seen him miss from that range, no.
I don't think I've ever seen him miss. To be fair. Steve Nolan also with a pretty serviceable look for par. Yeah, that'll do.
Good finish. Rob will bring this out. Birdie and some pars. It's a really good result for Tin Can. She said it can really easily go the other way.
Absolutely, and Ben Seaman off to a great start, getting himself 1 under through 1. Everyone else on even. For a hole that plays almost a stroke over par, they all did pretty well. But yeah, Chris, hole number 3, take it away.
Well, you're coming out of a hard hole and going into an even harder one. We call this one hard par for a reason. It needs a long drive up there to the gap to give yourself even a look at a birdie. We see a lot of bogeys on this hole. There's some very unforgiving rough on the right. There's big trees on the left.
I think you can see from the drone there that it's also thick. The height of summer we are in Bristol right now, so the grass is very high. Ben Seaman kind of burned that onto the ground. He'll still have an approach into the basket, but probably not as far as he wanted to get that drive.
Most of us that play this course a lot, we know it's always better to be right than left on this hole. Left, you're looking at least a bogey. That is just up there from Ben.
I think Ben just has the speed on the disc that he can just make this gap look so small.
One of the few ones that's tricky for a lefty, for Rob. But that's beautiful. It'll find the long grass, but you'll have a great look at the basket.
To even think about an Anheuser turnover lefty on this it confuses me. I don't know how Rob figures it out. Let's see if Steve can figure it out. A bit high. It looks a bit high.
Eyes are in. Ooh.
It sounded woody.
Ben with his approach looks pretty serviceable for now. Oh, a bit short and left, I think. And here we go. This is what happens when you fall left. You're left with this.
Find yourself with mad scubas. That's a good bid from there. It's fought through the trees. Should be able to save a par.
Rob, this is kind of where you would approach from normally on this course. You know, get yourself to a nice position and then just play into the basket. Let's see if Rob can, again with a turnover lefty approach.
Lovely slide up to the basket. Again, it's going to be a nice look for par.
Ben with a look for birdie, taking the knee.
And there it is. I've not seen many birdies on this hole, but that's
how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Steve Nolan looking to kind of clean up the par, which is again a good score to have in this hole.
Oh, that's just a little shy.
I think he'd be kicking himself. I think he thought he could have made that. Ben for par.
Oh. Again.
Oh, we're gonna see this again. I think that's a bit harsh.
That's cruel basket action right there. The chain said no.
He was high right, which is not necessarily where you want to be, but still, I think it probably should have dropped.
These baskets can be quite unforgiving, particularly these ones in the woods.
There we go. Ben's going to clean up the bogey. And I believe, yes, 2 bogeys, 1 par, 1 birdie. I think even the birdie was an anomaly, if honest. But
It's called hard par for a reason. That's
yeah, with that, Steve Nolan goes to +1. Ben and Rob are on even, and Ben March is on -1, and yes, Ben Seaman is back to even. Hole 4, very testy hump to get above the first sort of inkling. As you can see, Ben trying there now.
yeah, you need a monster drive to get over that first hill. Ben makes it look easy, but he's found the OB. It's almost too good.
I think I spoke to Ben about this, and I felt that was just unjustified for such a great shot to just drop OB. But he did. He went OB, and Rob DeForge kind of finding the most common place to be, just below that hill. Because if you're on that hill, it's quite a hard second shot.
If you haven't got the arm to get over the hump, then you want to be exactly where Rob is to have any kind of second shot.
I think Ben's electing to do the same thing. I think, he might have even found a little bit of the tall grass there.
Found some of the shrubbery. That's going to be a tricky second because you can't see the basket from on that hill. It's going to make it tough.
Huge run up from Steve. Oh yeah, he's got the turn on it.
Did that catch a little tree at the end there?
I think there was a little bit of a tree direction there. I don't think he's complaining too much, but I think you'll like where he is.
It looks nice from Rob. Yeah, he's got a great look there.
I think with a lefty, that shot can really work quite well actually for you. Get yourself in a position to run a birdie putt.
You can see how high this rough goes over Ben's head as well. It's really thrown blind there. But that's pretty much perfect from that spot.
Such an amazing shot with that sort of height and elevation.
Again, that's lovely from Steve. That's laced that gap.
Play this with friends. I always think, play this, 3 or maybe even 4 discs up than what you think should be for the distance. Its elevation is just so uncharacteristic. It doesn't look that high, but it really is. Great shot from Ben.
Right in the circle.
With the penalty stroke, that will be just a par.
Yeah, you always come out of this hole quite tired. It's a lot more uphill than it looks like on the screen.
Rob with a bid.
Oh, and that's a good effort. Yeah, great bid from there. Yeah, tap that in. I think that's a par from there.
I think Rob dissected that hole pretty well there, and no harm, no foul on any of that. Steve with a look for birdie.
It's a long bid from Ben. Oh, so unlucky.
Just short, possibly to do with the elevation. It just lifts that little bit higher than you think for that sort of shot. But taking par in this hole is not an issue. I think you can take it quite easily.
I think you could safely say that about most of the holes on the course. At least I can. But
I think so. I think AC Ashton Court plays hard.
Oh, for sure. Of all the Great Western courses we've played so far, it plays the hardest by a street. Obviously, there's some technical courses, there's some tight lines, but this one's it just plays long.
Whether you're out playing a tournament or just hanging out with friends, don't let your grip cost you strokes out on the disc golf course.
Aaron, try this.
When you have a better grip on your discs, you have the confidence to perform your best with each throw and every putt. Whale sacks are whale-shaped grip bags designed to dry your hands so you can trust that you have the best grip on your disc. Get a whale sack, because better grip means better confidence.
You guys may not know this, but Whalesack actually helped us develop the course here at Ashton Court and donated a basket that we now call very fondly Whalesack, which will be hole 16 on the course today. Yeah, big props to them for helping us out with developing the course and growing disc golf in the UK, which we're a massive fan of.
For sure.
Hole number 5, another very hard par 3.
Absolutely, yeah. The aptly named humpback, as you go back down the hump and kind of do pretty much what Ben did and hook it round to the right. Left that a little bit short, but
I can't say he's putting, and that just goes to show with Ben March, you know, approaching into the basket, this is a hard get for par.
a nice hole for a lefty though. It's a great shot from Rob.
Yeah, perfect. Ben, I think, is going to like to take the forehand. Yeah, nice and high.
Nice high, good amount of highs are on that. That'll there you go, plop down perfectly. That's spot on.
I think they're all looking into the dark woods for their approach shot.
And that looks great from Steve too. There's some really nasty woods. If you go too straight, if you put it to the left of where we're looking now, it's deep in there, and there were some lost discs over the weekend, I'm sure. You've got to keep this one so low as well. The trees are hanging down.
Great shot from Rob there, getting into the basket.
Pretty much perfect there from Ben.
Now you can have soft bits sometimes if you can see the basket, but for most of these players, I think it's just a layup. Yeah.
That's it. They're all going to have nice putts from there.
Ben.
So casual from Ben.
I think barely gave us time to record him, but very casually. He's actually put himself a little bit long, I would say. But let's see if he can get himself the par putt.
Go down on that knee again. Crushed.
Yeah, with confidence. Feature card doing well in this hole. I would say getting 4 pars is no harm, no foul. Again, you need to find and pick your moments on Ashton Court, and sometimes this hole isn't necessarily the moment to pick. Just get your par, move on. And
For sure. They've started on some of the hardest holes on the course as well. So they've done really well to pull pars out here.
I'll tie that all round now.
like Rob says, he'll take that all round, and I believe him. So how are we looking, Chris?
Oh, that's close after the first few holes. Ben pulling out 1 under, then everyone else chasing him by this point.
Yeah, and that could be the story developing for the day with Ben March playing so well out in these courses. But yeah, most of these players are doing well to just keep on trucking. Hole number 6, a really gettable par 3.
Oh, very much. This is statistically one of the easier holes on the course. Smoker's Den. I'll let you make your own mind up as to how it got that nickname, but nice forehand up there, and you can be in a really good position for a birdie.
Ben just makes that look so casual.
It's a really effortless forehand.
Yeah.
Great for a lefty as well.
Yep. Should see Rob fly one up there. He's gone for a bit of a flex shot, but still close. He'll have a bid from there.
I'm going to say he didn't mean to do that. I'm going to say that probably wasn't the line he was looking for, but I don't think he'll complain of how it got all the way up there.
Deceptive bit of elevation on this hill is what you can see. Like, if you're not used to it.
Oh, yeah. Go in.
Oh my gosh, Ben Seaman. I don't even think he wanted... Yeah, let's see that back again. Ben Seaman from another angle. I don't think he wanted this line, but he takes it nice and high.
It's a risky line, but He's ace running that. That's beautiful.
I'm not complaining with a park job like that.
Sometimes those roots can mess with you on the floor, but they've caught him nicely there.
Hello. Kick back.
Oh, see, that's the danger. If you overturn the forehand, then you have got a bit of a tricky left-hand side that Steve finds himself in.
Nasty holly bushes over there. They'll grip your discs. So a lot of metal, but no chains just yet.
Rob for birdie.
That laser focused putt.
Gets it.
Never in doubt.
Oh yeah, let's see that again as well. Rob. Through the trees a little bit, but you can see he just gets a lot of speed. A little bit of a wobble, but it's in the basket.
That was never moving off the pole. That was dead centre. And I think he knew it as well.
Yep, very easy as you like birdie for Ben March as well.
+1 for Steve. It was a tricky comeback after that tee shot.
Are we calling it slow start, or do you think there's many holes still to be played here?
I think there's a lot of holes still in play, and there's some big deciding holes coming up, particularly the longer par 4s. That I think they could really split the card.
Hole number 7, I'm not sure if that's the one for them, to be honest. It's very steep, it's very thick, there's lots of trees, and you have to find some sort of big hyzer to get you up. I mean, you can see the drone, it can barely get to the basket to just show us the hole. Like, it's thick, but they'll be looking for a big spike hyzer.
Takes a brave shot to get up there. The basket's just behind that holly bush you can see at the top. Ooh, Ben was on a great line there, but the tree said no.
I think there's many trees that can say no.
Yeah, that sound of cracking wood quite a lot over this weekend.
I love trees as much as the next man, but you can see these trees have been taking a beating.
And they'll give one back, that's for sure. One of the holes that's quite tough for a lefty. Rob going for a big flex up there. And you can get some real rollaways on this as well. If you catch a mean bounce off of a tree or the basket, you can find yourself a long way.
I think that's the common collecting area. Wow, that's high.
It's a very high highs. He's on the other side of the bush. That's a huge shot.
Let's see if Steve can get one up there.
That looks good.
Oh yeah.
That's spot on, but from here you can't see. Is that rolling away? That could still be rolling. I mean, for all we can.
I've
All we
had
can tell.
for more times than not, I have it up there, and then it seems to start rolling, and I find myself very far away from where I thought. Yeah, tough.
Yeah, that's a tough shot, but he's done well. Again, it's not rolling down the hill, so should be able to take that for a par. Tough shot for Ben though. He's got to go over the bush.
See, he's lucky. He's lucky that didn't roll. That had such the potential to roll.
I feel like if that was my disc, that would still be rolling.
Unlucky Ben. That was his birdie attempt there. But Steve Nolan, this is a death putt.
Yeah, nerves of steel to sing that one. Oh, because that's what can happen.
Now, I'll narrate this a little bit. Rob went to pick up his disc and then put in his bogey putt. And as we were setting up, he actually, well, not to foreshadow, but he misses this shot. So now he's actually in a position to now try and make the double.
Oh no.
And he's missed that as well. That's going to be a triple for Rob.
That's heartbreak. This hole can really break you.
I think we had a little slice of it there. That just shows that it can really hurt sometimes.
Knowing Rob though, he'll bounce back from that. It's not going to phase him. And a great finish from Ben.
So Rob currently at -1, but with that putt, it is going to put him all the way to +2.
Giving Ben a tidy lead.
So there you go. Ben Seaman still on -1. Ben Seaman still on -2. Steve Nolan with the only birdie on the card. Great birdie for him. Gets himself back into even and back kind of fighting in the race to challenge these bigger players. Take it away, Chris. Hole number 8.
Another one of the easier par 3s on the course. You've got a lot of thick OB there on the right. You can't quite see it, but if you end up in there, you'll be using your 3 minutes to find that disc. But a nice forehand round the corner or a lefty backhand, you can find yourself with a good birdie look.
I'd almost say must get for some of the higher ranked players.
I think for this card, you can say must get. It's one of the few holes on the course that's fairly flat as well. There's not a lot of elevation.
It's right there.
There.
You just have to get the right shot shape, and you'll be, with the right forehand, you're ending at the basket. So it should be an easier approach for these players.
Just got to get enough turn on it to get it around that corner. That's what Ben's going for. Again, it's a little bit short of where he probably wants it to be.
I would say they're not the most aggressive of drives so far. I would say they can get closer. They're all putting though.
Is that teasing the edge of the OB?
I think he sneaked the far side of OB. Very lucky from Ben Seaman there. Rob, let's see if he can get himself back into the good times.
Trying to take out the cameraman, but that's
he's got me on my feet.
That's a good bid from Rob.
Okay, first look at birdie. Here we go.
Ooh, just put that wide.
Oh, well done, Rob.
Huge putt from Rob. That's great.
Bounce back.
That's it. Don't call it a comeback. Tester for Steve.
Oh, cash money.
Spot on.
Oh, here we go again. Yeah, Steve catching a bit of a streak here, 2 in a row, and some great slow-mo of his putt here.
Really lofty putt, catches a lot of air.
Look at that, follows it into the basket. Really nice. Yeah, he'll be chuffed with that. Big putt can really change your round.
Oh yeah. One as tight as this for sure. There's a real contrast there between that big lofty putt and what we'll probably see from Ben now, which is the laser beam right at the middle of the basket. Oh, and he's proved me wrong on 2 counts.
Been big putted by me and Rob.
Do we call that some sportsmanship play there from Steve? He's not wrong. He did get big putted by Steve and Rob. I don't think Ben March plays mental games though.
No, I think he's immune to that at this point.
It's a par from Ben. I think he'll be a bit disappointed with the par, but again, no harm, no foul.
It was a tricky putt. He was coming out of some long grass. There's stuff in the way, but
2 birdies, 2 pars. I would say plays how it probably should. Scores to be had on that hole.
I think going into these next few holes now, there's going to be some real decision makers coming out of these guys.
Hole number 9, par 3. This is actually one of our transition holes, shall you say, for the tournament. It came in a few days just before the tournament started. It's a very long par 3. Don't let the downhill gradient fool you. This plays long, and it is long. You have to really force the distance and then have it fade left.
That looks like a great tee shot. That's got to go though. Got to push. And that rough, you start getting some really Really nasty rough coming into these holes. That's some thick stuff on the left there.
How did you find hole 9 on the day, Chris?
I managed to avoid the rough on the right, let's say that.
I hope that ambulance didn't get in Rob's mind a little bit. It's hard with a lefty, and Rob doesn't necessarily have the forehand strength to get all the way there. It's a tough hole.
Yeah, he's played that nice and safe though, out in the open. Ooh, that could be a bit too high. Ooh, that's found the thick stuff. I actually think I walked past them when they were looking for this disc at one point. Ben would have seen that, and it's going to be in his head.
I think his head is don't slip.
It was powerfully wet. You can't see it from the footage, but it was a really wet day.
Muggy.
And muggy. It was raining, it was hot. Some slippery discs. Kept it low.
I think the shot was right, just there's no escape. You know, this is going to stop dead in the grass.
Where it lands, it stays. That's very much it.
Yeah. What kind of look is this, you know? A forehand pitch out, essentially.
He's going to be looking to get this round the corner, get it close. He's done exactly that. This will be one of the few holes that Ben and Rob and Ben haven't actually seen before. So, an even playing field. Oh, that's a great bid.
It's a par. Ben with a look for birdie.
That was close.
Shouting, do it. That's how they didn't. Yep, par.
Safe play from Rob. That's a tough hole for a lefty, like you said. It's played out to the open. He's got the par. A safe par from Ben.
I think with this course, it's just not giving strokes to the course. It's, you know, birdies will help you, but it's the bogey, double bogeys that will kill you. You know, if you can just not give strokes to the course, then you're doing okay. Pars are round, so I guess they dissected it well enough, I guess, to get themselves through with no blemishes. I can't think there'll be many birdies on the day. But give us a holler if you did birdie on the day. I'd be fascinated to see. Hole number 10, the last hole on this part of the coverage, is a hard par 3.
It is, especially for the locals who are used to playing this as a par 5, all the way down to the bottom. You've got to really carry a disc out to the right and hope you get far enough to miss that filthy OB on the left. Probably still a few discs in there.
Yeah, look how high Steve's trying to get that.
High, and it's high as it, but he's missed the OB.
What, 15, 20 meters from the basket still?
Yeah, there's a long way to go from there.
Check this. Rob, a lefty with not so much of a forehand. He's going to try and turn over.
He'll just be playing safe. Get that nice turnover. That's actually beautiful. He's done a really good job there.
I think Rob knows angles far better than I do, for sure.
Yeah, my feet are there, the ground's there. Yeah, all good.
Got a physics lesson from Ben there. He's got that big smooth throw.
Honestly, I think that's the best you're probably going to ask for. You know, you got the height right, you got a good distance. Maybe he could have got a bit higher, have it stall towards the basket, but here we go. Ben Seaman. Let's see if you can get further than Ben March. Just a bit higher as well. Oh dear.
Oh, he's found the OB.
Did you find the OB, Chris?
Once, the second round I did, tired arms, couldn't quite get it round. Also lost a disc in the same shot.
Ben approaching towards the basket. He's going to have to earn the bogey.
Yeah, that's going to be a tester putt for bogey. Not what you want to see.
121.
A long approach for Steve.
Yeah, lovely.
Nice tap in from there. Oh, that's such a good bid from Rob.
Honestly, Rob has the ability to throw it in sometimes. He has that real nice, spinny, floaty approach shot that just gives the basket every chance. Oh, Ben also looking for birdie.
Basket's just not having it today. But some great approach shots there.
Ben Seaman with a look to save the bogey. Yeah.
Solid putt.
You won't want the bogey, but to save it like that, I think, take your medicine.
That's it. Take it and move on. Got some long holes to come. And another casual little putt from Ben.
It's really hard to say. I don't want to say slow start because I think, Ben's not giving the course any bogeys. It's just finding the time to get birdies. And you can see that through 9 for this card. Ben March is in the lead with 2 under. Steve Nolan coming back, getting himself to 1 under.
Chasing it.
And the others just behind. So a good front 9 from the feature card. It goes to show Ashton court is hard.
For sure. A really hard course. These guys have done phenomenally well over the...
Absolutely. Catch us in the back 9 of coverage in the next video.